Hi everyone, my name is Kimberly Van Esseltine. I was asked by John Harrison to make a video, just a short recounting of my trip to Panama. As I'm sure that you're probably aware, this is in regards to the study abroad trip to Panama. You get to go to Gamboa, which is just outside of Panama City. It's super small. It's super awesome, to be quite honest. I went in 2015. We were out there for like 3 weeks. I almost didn't go. I almost didn't even apply to go because, well, tuition is definitely a concern. But I ended up getting a university grant to go. So if that is a concern and that's holding you back from even considering applying, don't. I got like $4,000 in a university grant so that I could go. And honestly, it's probably one of the best experiences I ever had while I was in school. I went down there. I'd never been outside the country. I had never even flown before. And we spent 3 weeks in Gamboa. We stayed just right, you could see the canal from where we were staying. And, we got to go across the canal, to Barrow, Colorado Island, which is this little island that, was created when they flooded the canal. And it's actually got, like, nature preserve in it where, like, everything, there's an area in the town, of the island that's actually completely undisturbed. So very cool things. I learned a lot while I was down there. Got to learn a lot about, like, just tropical biology in general. While I was there, we had to do a research project, and I actually did my research project on stingless bees. Something that someone who's allergic to bees, I never knew it existed. So that was really cool. And I actually learned quite a bit and overcame some fears of my personal fears of my own in studying them. Plus, not only that, but you get to visit, like, quite a bit. I mean, we went to Panama City a few times. We went to visit the Embera people, which are the native people of Panama. And you get in this boat, like this canoe that's, like, hand-carved. And you go down the Rio Chagres, and you hates water and hates boats. I kind of white-knuckled it the whole way, even though it was probably only, you could see the bottom of the river, and it was absolutely phenomenal. We went and swam in the river, got to see a waterfall, went hiking above the clouds, and so I can honestly say that I had a lot of firsts on this trip. If you're concerned, excuse me, if you're concerned about, going, and, like I said, if you're concerned about finances, I probably took, just around $200 with me for the entire trip. They cover, your expenses as far as room and board. Obviously you're going to want snacks and stuff, so, bring money for that. And then, for souvenirs, because you get to go to Casco Viejo, which is like Old Town Panama. And, while we were there, when we visited Casco Viejo, there was actually a protest march, which was really kind of neat to see in person. But if you are concerned about money, honestly, look into financing options, because when I learned about the trip, I was talking to my husband about it on the way home, and I told him, I said, I would love to go, but there's no way that we would be able to afford it. Because, let's be real, it's a lot of money. But I ended up getting financial aid to go because my husband was like, well, apply for it. There's financial aid. And I'm like, you're kidding me, right? And so I went and talked to the financial aid office, and they helped me apply for, actually, I really didn't even have to apply for anything. I set up a GoFundMe and ended up getting $4,000. Actually, just almost $5,000. It covered my entire tuition for the trip. And then my GoFundMe, I actually used those funds for, having spending cash while I was there. So my biggest thing is if you're concerned, if you're on the fence about going, go. I am studying to be a geneticist. I am studying genetics specifically. So while this wasn't necessarily within my career path at school, I wouldn't trade it for the world because it was such a blast. And you learn so much, not only about tropical biology, but about just by being in a different place. I really don't know what else to tell you other than there's financial aid available if you need it. I know one guy was there because his scholarship said, hey, we want to send you on a study abroad program. So don't think that I guess what I want to say is don't think that the finances aren't there. If you want to go, apply for it. Talk to John, talk to the financial aid office, and just do it. All right, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask the professors. They're gonna answer you honestly, so don't be afraid to ask. And like I said, apply if it's something that you really want to do, even if you're just on the fence about it. Apply. And because the finances will be there, especially if you're on financial aid. Anyway, if you have any questions, ask. All right. I hope that you decide to go, and that if you do, you have a fantastic time, which I have no doubt that you will. Bye.